Hey everyone, this is Blaine Padema here, and today we're gonna go over how hard to work out. This is a thing that a lot of people or clients don't understand, and it's something that I just had to explain it to a couple people this week. So it doesn't matter how long they've been working out. This is a concept that people don't understand, and if you don't understand this, you're wasting a lot of your time and effort in the gym. You're not getting the most of your workouts. Okay, so let's start off. How hard to work out? So for beginners, when people first come see me to work out and they're out of shape and we're just getting going in the gym, I tell them that how hard I want them to go do an exercise or how many reps I want them to do. I say start doing the exercise until you go to about 50 or 60%. So the exercise starts getting a little bit hard, then I want you to stop. Okay? Beginners will still get changes. They'll get stronger and they'll get more in shape by doing this. Okay? So another reason is beginners can't push really hard when they first start working out because they'll get sick. They'll get sore, they won't feel good. You've seen people, have to lay down after their workout, they throw up or blah, blah, blah. So you don't want this to happen to beginners because then they'll hate working out and they'll never come back. Okay? And it's pointless. They don't, to see gains in the beginning, they don't need to do this. But once you get past the beginner stage, you must push hard. Okay? So you're not going to, if you don't push hard, your body has no reason to change. So if you're doing a set and you go right balls to the wall, right to the end, and go until you can't go no more, it's always those last few reps that produce a lot of lactic acid. The acid in the muscles, you can feel it, which in turn promotes growth hormone release, which helps with building muscle and fat burning and anti-aging and all that stuff. Okay, so you'll notice that if you really push hard during your sets and take them right to the end, you'll have heavy breathing, you'll be sweating more, you're just working harder. So it's those last few reps, those hard sets, like the hard reps at the end of the set, is where all the magic happens. If you like, say you could do 10 reps and that's it, but you keep stopping at 7 or 6, well then nothing's gonna happen. For a beginner, yeah, but if you're already, past the beginner stage, a month in or 6 weeks in, usually a month in, we can do this, no problem. Then you're wasting your time or you're not getting the most you can. So let's go back here. So once you get past the beginner stage, this is what I tell people. You must push hard. So say we're doing 3 sets, which I am, for most of the programs you guys do. You always want to do set number 1, you want to go to 90%, or basically failure minus 1. Set number 2, you want to do 90% or failure minus 1. And then the last set, you always want to go balls to the wall or to failure. So basically failure, for people that don't know, failure is when you do a set of an exercise and then you keep going, and then you can't do anymore because your muscles just fail. So it's called failure. And this is with good form, of course. So I know it's hard for people to figure out at the beginning, but as you work out more and more, you'll have a good feeling of when failure is about to happen. So all you do is you just stop 1 minus failure, and then you go to last set to failure. What happens, you don't want to take the first set or the second set to failure. Like, you don't want to do all that, because what happens is your nervous system burns out and you become weaker for all you lose too much strength going to your second and third set. So every set you do after failure, your strength drops too much. So you want to avoid failure until it's the very last set of the exercise. So remember, 9, 9, 10. That's the simplest way I can get this across to you. So I hope this makes sense to you guys, because you have to understand this. Okay, let's go. So I'm going to go to a sample workout here. Okay, so I've done a sample of a workout on what this would look like for people that I train. Okay, so let's look at the squat, the example of the squat here. And a person did 15 by 135, 3 sets of 15 by 135. Okay, so this is not good. So what this means, because if you go to failure minus 1 and failure minus 1, you will actually get weaker from set to set. So this would be, it would kind of look like this. This is, I showed how a proper workout would look. So if you go to failure -1 here, you'll do 15. You'll get weaker in your next set, 12, and then you'll get weaker onto your last set, and you go balls to the wall, and that's 10 reps. So that's reps times your weight. Here's another one, reps times your weight. So 12, you'll get weaker to the next one, 11, and 8. So that's that. This is how a prime example of how a good workout, properly done. This way, I know this person is working hard because they can't do any more, and there's a natural decrease in repetitions, because as you burn out your muscle fibers and stuff, you get weaker and weaker, right? All right. Right. Okay. So now let's go back to this example here too. And this workout here, what is and I keep telling, there's people who will give me this, and I'll tell them, I'll repeatedly tell them, I'll say, you have to push harder. And they go, well, I am. So what are the odds that every exercise they manage to get 15 repetitions? That's literally impossible. That where you're working hard enough, they'll basically just hit 15 repetitions and they'll stop. And it annoys me when I see this, and I have to explain to them. I keep explaining to them. I said, there's no way in hell that we've timed it perfectly with the weight that we've hit 15 repetitions at your failure -1. That's not as much as you can do. And even if there was a small chance that we did, which is next to impossible for every exercise, then the second sets would not be 15 and the third set would not be 15. It's physiologically impossible. You know what I'm saying? Because you should see a decrease in strength as you go on. And here I threw this example that sometimes people will even give me a workout like this, where they've actually gotten stronger, did 15 reps the first set, 18 the second, and 22 the third. And I should never see something like this in this type of workout, right? Because you're supposed to be getting weaker as you go deeper into your sets, right? And this person's getting stronger, so I have to sit there and explain to them that you're obviously not pushing hard on this set. This is, what I'm saying, because you should be getting weaker. So this is like a warm up. These two sets were like a warm up. And maybe this was balls to the wall, sure, but you never got any really benefit out of these because you weren't obviously pushing hard, because look, you did 22 in the last set. You know what I'm saying? And the same could be set up for these ones. Okay, so say this 15 hypothetically at the end was a balls to the wall set. That means that these exercises here, these ones here, were nowhere near failure. They were probably like failure -5, failure -4 maybe. So basically they were warm-up sets. The only real working set was this one. You get what I'm saying? So, and this happens a lot. You'll see that they'll get this number in their head and they'll just cruise and they'll do all 12s. And I'm like, you can't. This is impossible. And you're not doing this right. So it's a very important concept, and that's why I made this video, is because this is an ongoing thing with clients. So this is how your workout should look. Not in these exact numbers, but I'm just using examples, the trends, right? So 15, you're -1. You're huffing and puffing when you're out of there. Now you take the next set, the next you can do is 12, and then you go balls to the wall and you can only get 10. Well, now you basically had 3 working sets, balls to the wall, you're huffing and puffing, you're breathing heavy, you're sweating. You're not going to be huffing, puffing, and breathing heavy and sweating here because you never really worked until the last set. And even then, because it's 15, you probably never even hit failure there because it's probably 17 or 18. There's no way we exactly timed it for 15 or hit it bang on, right? So yeah. So here, right here, tricep extension and rope, you might have went failure -1. It wasn't 15, but it was 18, right? And then obviously the decrease in strength is 14, and then the drop in 10. How much it drops in reps is going to depend a lot on your genetics, your muscle fiber makeup, your rest, your diet. A lot of different things will affect the drop, but there will be a drop. Rest breaks is huge for this. The lower the rest break, the faster, the more reps decrease you'll see from set to set. If you had a really long rest break, then the numbers could stay the same if you had a really, really long rest break. But we're not doing that. For our fat burning workouts, we're 60 seconds or under, right? So you got to be seeing a decrease. You will be seeing a decrease for sure in all these, especially once you get to the 30 seconds or the back and forth, where most of my clients are, right? Within a month, you're cruising through there, right? So yeah. So this is what you have to understand, and you have to know this. I think and I hope I've explained this properly. Yeah, understand this. And of course, as always, if you guys have any questions, just hit me up and I will, go through this more thoroughly. Anyways, hope you enjoyed this and learned something out of it. And you know what? Remember this when you go to work out next time or anytime you work out. Set 1, failure -1. Set 2, failure -1. And set 3, balls to the wall, 100% failure. So, or you want to do 90%, 90%, 100%, or 99-10, whatever way you want it. It'll help you remember it. But that's how hard you got to work out to, get all the health benefits and all the fat loss benefits and all that jazz. Anyways, I'll catch you guys later.